Hey there, Jets Nation. Welcome back to One Jets Pod. Whether you're tuning into our video content or joining us on our audio-only platforms, we've got you covered. If you're enjoying what you hear or see, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't just gently tap, but smash that bell icon to stay notified whenever we drop new content. Also, we love comments and 5-star ratings. Thanks again, Jets fans. Now together, let's fuel the green and white passion. Let's go, Jets.
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Randy with the One Jets Pod. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Wednesday morning. I hope you had a great week thus far. I am joined by my co-host, Brandon Batts. Brother, how are you?
What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm excited to talk some Jets for the first time in a long while after a nice win. What looked like a competent offense for a change. So, yeah, I'm ready to get rolling.
Absolutely. Tonight, we don't have Dom. I believe he said he has a wedding to attend tonight, so we won't get him back till next week. So, Dom, safe travels and have much fun tonight and be safe, my friend.
Yes, sir.
All right. First of all, again, I want to plug the Champagne Awards. This offseason, we're holding our first annual Champagne Magic Award show. We haven't come up with the date just yet. As soon as we do, we will let everybody know. I'm still hammering out all the categories, going to run it by the fellas to see what they think. So as soon as we get that narrowed down, we'll start creating some nominees, and then we'll allow you guys to start voting on that. So again, be on the lookout for that this offseason. Sometime this offseason, the first annual One Jets Pod Champagne Magic Award show. That will be me, Brandon, Dominic, and the newcomer, Eric.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it, man.
Absolutely. Same here. All right, moving on. First of all, let's recap this Week 14. Going to go over some final scores here. Starting off with the Thursday night game, New England versus Pittsburgh. New England beats Pittsburgh 21-18. Moving on to Sunday, Tampa Bay beats Atlanta 29-25. Baltimore beats the Rams 37-31. Chicago beats Detroit 28-13. Cincinnati beats Indianapolis 34-14. Cleveland beats Jacksonville 31-27. New Orleans beats Carolina 28-6. The Jets beat the Houston Texans 30-6. Minnesota kicks Las Vegas's ass 3-0.
Unreal.
Oh,
Unreal.
my goodness. Man, what an offensive league we got going on here.
I know.
San Francisco beats the Seahawks 28-16. Buffalo beats Kansas City in a controversial ending 20-17. Denver beats the Chargers 24-7. And Dallas beats Philadelphia 33-13. And then our doubleheader on Monday night. Excuse me.
Yeah. Giants, Packers.
Yeah.
Miami.
Sorry, everything's screwing up on me right here. All right, yes. Tennessee beats Miami 28-17, and the Giants beat the Packers 24-22. And with that, with our weekly predictions, yours truly, finally, after not doing shit the past, 5-6 weeks, finally takes the week at 9-6. Dom goes 8-7. Brandon down there goes 7-8. Now that changes the standings too. Actually, it keeps them the same, but improves Dom to 129 wins, 79 losses. Brandon stays in second place at 127 wins and 81 losses. And I'm getting close again. I'm down there still in third place, 117 wins and 91 losses. Again, I got me some champagne problems this week, baby, and it felt good, man. I thought for a second I was going to go undefeated. But again, congratulations to myself on winning this week. Good Lord. I'm definitely popping the cork, so give me them champagne problems, Dominic. So, moving on. We're going to talk about this Jets-Texans game. First of all, I want to talk about some stats here. Zach Wilson, Brandon. How about some Zachary Wilson? 27 for 36, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have a fumble, but we're not going to hold that one against him. I mean, I saw BYU Zach out there. I mean, at least the second half. I mean, kudos to this team for making the second half adjustments they made.
Yeah. I think even though we didn't score the first half, Zach played well. He still played well in that first half. We just didn't score. So he was making a lot of good throws. Looks like he was commanding the offense pretty well in that first half. And I think at halftime, you know, obviously, as you just mentioned, they made some adjustments and man, he was slinging that thing. He looked like he was playing free for the first time that I've ever seen him. I mean, obviously the Chiefs game was close to what we saw on Sunday, but excuse me. But this one's a different type of Zach, and we just hope he can do it again.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
The kid was out there making big-time NFL throws, man.
He was.
Move on to Breece Hall, who had a decent game on the ground. Still want to see him get some more carries, but, you know, he had 10 carries, 40 yards with the 4-point average. He didn't have any touchdowns on the ground, but he did ball out as a pass catcher. 8 receptions for 86 yards. That's a 10.8 average, and he did have a touchdown. So, I mean, I say it every week. I mean, if you're not going to use him in the backfield, get the son of a gun in the wide open.
Yeah. Our run game hasn't been as efficient as we like. So, yeah, find ways to use Breece. He's a pass catcher running back. So, use him. I think I heard someone, I can't remember who it was. It might have been you, that he could be a Marshall Faulk type of guy for us. And I think that's a great comparison as to how we can use Breece if our offensive line can't provide the lanes for our running game to flourish. So, yeah, man, use them as much as you can. Throw it out the backfield. Let them be the safety blankets out, in addition to the tight ends, and just just ball out. That's what we like to see.
Before we get into this last stat, let me ask you and get your thoughts on this. Because now everybody knows I have not been big on Dalvin Cook this season. He's kind of been in my doghouse. Another one of those games where he didn't do much. It was like a 1-point-something average. Dude, are you just ready to just say screw the money, let him have all the scrap yards, and just give most of his carries to Izzy? Let Izzy get his feet wet, get some carries. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Brandon. I'm sick of Dalvin Cook.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that come into play with the whole Dalvin Cook experiment. Maybe he's not running as inspired as he would be had our offense been playing at a level that he was expecting. That could be it. Still doesn't matter, right? He's getting paid, so he should be able to run no matter who's out there.
Right.
Putting your best foot forward, but that made me wonder that. He has had flashes of quickness and being able to be productive, but it hasn't been a consistent basis. But then again, our whole running game hasn't been working. Even Breece has not been able to run the ball.
That's a fair point.
Effectively. So it's hard to pin all of it on him. When our entire running game is just not flourishing like we expected it to be. I think a lot of that has to do with the stacking of the box, allowing the quarterback to just beat the defense. And unfortunately, we haven't been able to do that. So hopefully we'll get some cleaner lanes, this coming weekend. And with the threat of Zach being able to run an offense, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm hoping to see a lot more of that to keep that Miami offense off the field.
Absolutely. And, that's kind of what scares me. After that Chiefs game, we saw what Zach could do, and we didn't seem to really build off that too much after that. And that kind of scares me this time around doing it again, where we open it up for the kid, we let him do his thing, and now I feel like, I don't know, just something in me tells me we may regress a little bit. I mean, it just, to me, that seems like it's in Hackett's DNA.
Well, history is not on our side when it comes to that. Anytime Zach has had a decent to good game. He follows that up with a bad one.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
On Sunday,
Yep.
all of us as Jet fans are just like, at this point, we'll see. But this has been truly a roller coaster throughout this whole season, throughout this whole Zach Wilson experiment. It's been a roller coaster, and we're just hoping to be able to be on the right side of things soon, even if it's the last 4 games of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And to finish off these stats, and again, the only reason this guy didn't get the player of the game for the One Jets pod this past week is because of how Zach Wilson played. I mean, I couldn't not give it to Zach this week. I mean, he earned it.
You could not do it. You could not do it.
Exactly. And that player I'm talking about is the other Wilson, Garrett Wilson. 9 receptions, 108 yards, 12 yards average. He didn't have any tutties. Again, I said it a couple of weeks ago. It's hard. It's tremendously freaking hard for me to turn up my nose at a 100-yard performance, even if he doesn't result in a touchdown. But like I said, Zach earned his player of the game this week, man. Absolutely earned it.
No, he did, man. He did. And again, Garrett, I mean, he's always open. He's always open. So to have a talent like that, for Zach being able to use as a resource, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. So I just hope we can continue to build off that performance. Don't regress. Don't get too sure of yourself, thinking that you can do whatever you want. Go in there, heads down, remain humble. Yeah, I mean, we like picks, but we want wins, man. We've done the draft and waiting for the draft and looking at draft, positions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Later for all that, man. I think this is a good draft with a lot of good players.
Absolutely.
In positions that we need. So let's capitalize, man. Zach Wilson definitely played well enough to be the player of the week for sure. Player of the game.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you one thing, and I said this in our group chat to you fellas. As a Jet fan, 27 years, I spent a lot of time over that 27 years having to either root for other teams to help us out, but the big one has always been like, okay, well, season's over, let's just tank. Yeah. And I am emotionally drained on rooting for tanking, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see competitive football at this point. Like, I trust, like, everybody knows me. I'll just say it. I'm a Joe Douglas truther. That's my guy. I trust him in the draft. So I don't care. I don't give a hot damn where we're picking. I really don't. I trust the man to do what he's got to do. I just want to see some competitive freaking football. I'm tired of losing. I want to see more of what we saw on Sunday against Houston.
Yeah.
Maybe even better. But yeah, dude, I'm just emotionally. I'm sick of rooting for tanking, man. I'm sick of the loser mentality.
Yeah, hopefully, Zach has built some trust with Hackett, and the offensive staff in the way he played. They opened it up for him, and he flourished. Houston is no defense to sniff at.
Right?
They've been playing really well. They were missing some pieces on offense, but so was most teams, and obviously the Jets were with the makeshift offensive line. So there's no excuses for winning. So yeah, I think, man, just keep, try to just emulate what you did last week. Don't try to overthink it or overcomplicate things.
Absolutely.
Just let it rip. What do we got to lose? I mean, it's a 1% chance we make the playoffs. So
yep.
Might as well just go for it.
It's like I said on the battered Jets pod. I think it was either tonight or earlier this afternoon or last week or something, but Rex Ryan said it best, man. It's a simple game that coaches complicate the hell out of. Yeah, absolutely, man. You're absolutely right about Houston not being a pushover team, and the fact that we held quite possibly an MVP candidate to under 100-yard passing. We held their rushing attack to under 100 yards. I mean,
6 total points.
6 total points. The defense once again does their job. again, the game, while we said earlier, even in the first half, Zach was playing pretty well. It was still, a slow start once again by the Jets. We seem to continue having those. But like I said, kudos to the second half adjustments. Although I wonder how much of those adjustments are Hackett rather than Aaron Rodgers kind of in the ear of Hackett, maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if that's the case, then like, hell, man, I'm glad Rodgers is in the building.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, who cares, right?
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, we know that Hackett has the final say. We think he does. He should, as the OC. So if Rodgers is in his ear saying, "Hey, let's try this out. Let's do this," and I mean, in talking to some of the other podcasters and reviewing some of the film, a lot of those plays were right out of Aaron Rodgers' playbook, especially that touchdown to Cobb was something we've seen him do tons of times in Green Bay. So yeah, it could be a combination of the two working together to try to fix this offense, and I'm all for it, man. All hands on deck to fix this offense.
I'm not gonna lie, that touchdown to Cobb, man, when they threw it to him at first, I thought it was Brees.
I did too.
I didn't see the number. I was like, and then they showed Cobb. I'm like,
it's Cobb.
Oh, he was suited up. I didn't even know he was activated.
Yeah.
So hey, kudos to Cobby, man.
To take off most of the season, come back, get a touchdown.
Yeah, right. He looked like he was running a 4.9 out there. Shoot. Oh man, but hey, kudos to Cobb. Again, kudos to the defense. I mean, like I said, only gave up a total of 135 points to a pretty explosive Houston offense, I would say, for the most part. I mean, those boys know how to score some points. I will say this about the defense, man. I just wish when they get their hands on that ball, they come up with it. At least, I know I was joking on Sauce. Sometimes, his arms are too long for his own good. Mm-hmm. Oh, man.
But, it's a gift and a curse for him because those long arms are what helps him to bat.
Absolutely.
He's had so many batted balls in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So, it can be a little problem for him as it relates to trying to pick up a loose ball or what have you. But, man, he makes up for it in his coverage.
Absolutely. And C.J. Mosley, man, he just has bad luck. He just seems like, when that ball's coming toward him, he gets a little Alan Lazard in him.
Speaking of defense, there was a beautiful stat that they brought out during the game. I don't know if you caught it, but that Quinnen Williams is the most double-teamed defensive lineman in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
The most double-teamed defensive lineman in the NFL.
He's allowing everybody else to rack up stats.
Yeah, that should let you know that the amount of respect that he receives, and that's all attributed to his work and how much of a beast he is on that line. And he was still making a huge impact on the game, despite those double teams that he was receiving. Sometimes it doesn't always translate to sacks, but he gets a lot of pressures and and makes it real difficult on the run game as well as the pass game. So I love Quinnen. I'm glad that we were able to re-sign him, and I'm glad he's living up to his contract.
Absolutely.
We got some guys on the defensive line that hasn't lived up to their contract once they get the big contract. So, i.e. Muhammad Wilkerson, right?
There you go. Sheldon Richardson. Did we re-sign him?
Did he make it?
Okay.
I think we did. Yeah.
Wow.
But I like Sheldon. Like Sheldon had more flashes than he had more flashes than Muhammad Wilkerson. Muhammad Wilkerson got that check. He was like just out of it.
The one, thank you, Mike McCagnon.
Right.
Good Lord.
All that being said, I love Quinnen. I love his passion. I love the way he still plays. I even love his comedy. He tries to keep it light, even though he's still ferocious on the line. So, love that we got him.
Yeah, no, Quinnen, he seems to be that guy, even in tough situations, like in that losing streak, like Quinnen's probably a guy you want in your locker room.
Absolutely.
Keeps things light, makes guys laugh, You're absolutely right. Quinnen is the guy. He's one of the leaders on the defense.
Yep.
I honestly
You see it
think
all
we got him
throughout
for a
Hard
hell of a
Knocks. You
price.
see-
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
saw it all throughout Hard Knocks. This
Yep.
is his, you know,
His
his
personality
humor,
shined
his
in Hard
personality.
Knocks.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we got him for a bit of a deal, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad he's here. Absolutely, like you said, he's creating opportunities for other guys. You know, his brother, JFM. You know,
Yeah.
guys like that, dude. I mean,
Jermaine Johnson.
yep, Jermaine Johnson.
That he is him.
Yep,
That boy. He is two sacks, I think, from 10 sacks on the season, or 2.5 sacks away from having a 10-sack season on his second year.
Wow.
That boy is a beast.
Wow.
Beast.
And to think,
thank you, Jody.
absolutely. I mean, think about that, dude. For the future, Quentin Williams, JJ, Will McDonald, and who knows what the future looks, you know, for Bryce Huff right now.
Bryce, oh yeah, we got to bring Bryce back, man.
So
he was impactful in this game too on Sunday.
Yep.
Like, I mean, come on,
absolutely,
that's a no-brainer. I think Jet fans will revolt if we don't re-sign Bryce Huff.
At least franchise tag the guy.
Yeah, something. Give him a contract, man.
Yeah,
Because he's our third down destroyer.
Yep.
So yeah,
absolutely. So no, big win for the Jets this past week. Like I said, great second half adjustments. You know, just got to keep it going. Just got to keep it going. But that brings us into our next little segment here before we get into the predictions. Now, I took some time to put together a little playoff scenario. Now, now,
we like
Jets,
playoff scenarios.
We do, and I don't really particularly think they're going to like this one. They're going to hate me after this. I'm going to burst a lot of bubbles. But now, if I got something wrong here, you know, with some of the math, do let me know down in the comments. I do apologize. I did put this together last minute, but I put a little thought into it. We currently sit as the 14th seed. We have tie-breaking wins over Houston, Denver. We split with the Bills. The Chargers are now without Justin Herbert, so I mean they're not looking good the rest of the way. I think the Raiders are going to be the Raiders. I don't, and we're going to get into some scenarios here. All this is predicated, Brandon, based, you know, obviously on the Jets winning out, you know, the final 4 games. They have to win out. There can't be no losses. And these are all the teams that are that I'm going to read off here. These are all the teams right now that are currently in front of the Jets. Now, currently in the 2 wild card spots, you have the Colts and the Steelers. Now, the Steelers left on their schedule. They have the Colts, Bengals, Seahawks, and Ravens. Now, based on what I've seen over the course of this year, I have them going 1-3 here, which puts them at 8-9. The Colts, they have the Steelers, Falcons, Raiders, and Texans.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty easy schedule for a pretty good team. I have them going 4-0.
But you know what? You know what we've learned this season? What did we learn this season, especially this weekend?
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Upset. I mean, it was upset special all weekend. And you just never know. Like,
that's true.
Never know. So
that is true.
Well, that's true. That on paper that looks like an easy schedule for them.
Easy.
But they're not like, the Colts aren't like world beaters.
That's true.
I mean, I could see them losing some of these games.
Okay. In my start, I have them 4-0, finishing 11-6. Now now here we start getting into beyond the bubble teams. We have the Browns who have left the Bears, Texans, our Jets, and the Bengals. I got them going 2-2, which puts them at 10-7.
Ugh. We need more 9s. We need more 9 and 8s.
I know. Next, I have the Texans, who have the Titans, Browns, Titans, Colts. I got them going 2-2, which puts them at 9-8. We hold the tiebreaker over them. Next, we have the Broncos, who have the Lions, Patriots, Chargers, and Raiders. The Broncos are playing some good football. I got them going 4-0 with that schedule, which put them at 11-6. Next, the Bengals have
the Broncos.
They
turned it on, haven't they?
They're
They're one of the few teams that we need to be tied with at the end of the season.
Yep, we got that tiebreaker on them. You're
One of the
absolutely
very
right.
few.
So yeah, I got them going 4-0, which put them at 11-6. Next, I have the Bengals, who got the Vikings, Steelers, Chiefs, and the Browns. I got them going 2-2, which puts them at 9-8. Next on the list is the Bills, who have the Cowboys, Chargers, Patriots, and Dolphins. I actually got them going 1-3 in my scenario.
Whoa.
Yeah, putting them at 8-9.
Whoa.
Yeah, I figured you guys would have a little something to say about that one.
Who do you have them losing to?
Oh God, where's my Bills? Okay, on that one, I had them losing to the Cowboys.
That's it?
No, excuse me, that's a win. No, losing to the Cowboys, Patriots, and Dolphins. I picked them losing to the Patriots because Bill Belichick owns the Buffalo Bills. That's the only reason I got them. Got the Patriots beating them. It's not like they think the Patriots are better.
Yeah.
I just think Bill owns the Bills. He's got their number. Next we have the Chargers. Now this is the Herbertless Chargers going forward.
Yeah.
I think he had surgery on, I believe it's a finger or something.
His wrist.
His wrist. Okay, there you go. On their remaining schedule, they have the Raiders, Bills, Broncos, and Chiefs. Now, I'm not a big fan of Herbert. Everybody knows that, and even with him, I don't see them winning too much. But without him, I definitely don't see him winning. So I got them going 0-4 in this scenario, putting them at 5-12. And then you have the Raiders, who have the Chargers, Chiefs, Colts, and Broncos. I got them going 1-3, putting them at 6-11. And then, of course, you have that one team, the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Now this is I only put them in here, just in case, there's some weird chance that there's a division race. But you got the Dolphins, who got the Jets, Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. I actually got them going 1-3 in that scenario, putting them at 10-7, which barely wins them the AFC East. I have the Jets winning out, which actually has them finishing in 9-8, and based on conference and other outside division scenarios, has the Jets at the 7th seed, just looking out.
No, that would have them in there at 7, though, wouldn't it?
What's that?
Wouldn't that have them in there at 7?
It's
7 teams that make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Outside looking at 8. My bad. Sorry.
Oh, 8. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I just have on the outside. I'm thinking 7, but I just have on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So dude.
Just there.
Right. So now
And that would
if you
still be an improvement from last year. 7 wins, right?
Oh, absolutely.
2 wins after this type of season that we've had would be nothing short of amazing,
No.
in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, at one point we didn't think we were going to win another game.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why that first Patriots game, the Falcons game, when you started butthole, I mean, the Chargers and the Raiders game, had we won those games, the games we probably should have won, dude, we're at 12-5 and we're AFC East champs in this scenario. So, Jet fans, as much as it pains me to say, I'm going to be rooting for wins. Absolutely. We just said I am emotionally drained on rooting for tanks. I don't care anymore about picking where we pick. We pick where we pick.
We pick where we pick.
But unfortunately, with the way I think it's going to play out, and even if it doesn't play out this way, like I said, Brandon said it earlier, like we need tons of help. And I just broke it down. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's damn near impossible. Okay, maybe not impossible, but I would say improbable.
What? Making the playoffs?
Making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. I feel like we had 2 legitimate opportunities to keep our season alive.
Yep.
And we felt them both.
And one of those opportunities,
miserably.
we started Tim Boyle. Jeez. So,
but it just so happened to be at a time where we needed a change to
That's
try
a
to
fair
get
point.
Mark. So I don't fault, you know, I don't fault Salah for making the decision to do that. We needed something.
Yep.
We had to do something to provide a spark.
That's a fair point.
Unfortunately, it didn't, and it just so happened to be the Dolphins that we were playing.
Oh man.
But it really didn't matter because the following week Tim Boyle stunk too. So
Yep.
yeah, it's just this is one of those things, man.
So with that, the final AFC playoff picture, I have Chiefs, Dolphins, Ravens, Jaguars, Colts, Browns. That's where I'm at. Like I say, it's a tough road. It's like I said, it's not impossible, but man, it is improbable.
Man.
Also, real quick, and this is just me griping before we move on to our predictions this week. Let me get into my photos here. I know I showed it to you fellas in the group chat, but I kind of want to bring it to the fans' attention, and I'll put it on screen for everybody to see. I'm not going to say who posted this. I'm not going to put nobody on blast. It's not what we do here. But as you see on the screen here, this individual, this page, I should say, decided to try and prove a point with Joe Douglas here, trying to prove that he's not a GM by compiling all the team's records combined between the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles with his stints there. And they're saying that when he was a scout in most of those places, or player personnel guy, that how those teams finish is because of Joe Douglas. Last time I looked, ladies and gentlemen, and I think Brian will agree with this. Since when do we blame scouts for wins and losses? Those guys have a job to do. They go out there, they get information on players, and they bring it back to the GM, who then takes all that information, compiles it together, and uses that to make the draft picks. Because I've said it before, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't new. The GM picks. He builds the team. The coach's coach. I have never, I'm going to say right now, this is the stupidest thing I've seen in a while. And I've seen some stupid shit this season. But to sit there and say this guy's not a good GM and to fault him for all the wins and losses, mainly the losses, and they're pointing out a lot of bad seasons here too. All because he was the scout?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Now, I have been critical about Joe Douglas this season. I think he is a good GM. However, I think he kind of failed the Jets a little bit this season.
A little bit.
Not putting,
I'll admit that.
Not getting a veteran presence or a veteran quarterback in the room. Again, I've said it before. If you were okay with bringing Aaron Rodgers over and sitting Zach for the season, that should have never changed. As soon as Aaron Rodgers went down, you should have been working on getting somebody else in the building that can legitimately, at the very least, have some type of QB competition in camp that can really push Zach or what have you. But he didn't do that. He went with two guys that really shouldn't belong in the NFL.
Right.
And
right.
The rest is history, right? Because again, scoring is the league. So if you're not scoring, you're not winning.
That's right.
It's as simple as that. So that's what I'll give Joe D. But he's done a lot of good things. So he gets a mulligan for me for that. But we cannot bring the same QB room in next season.
No,
that has to change.
No, you're absolutely right. No, I just wanted to point this out. I just thought that was so ridiculous that someone who obviously doesn't like Joe Douglas had to reach that far back and then blame all the losses during those seasons on Joe Douglas when he was the scout. So like I just wanted to point that out and just laugh
bit of
at
an
that.
emotional. Looks like that was a bit of an emotional post,
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
and not so much logic.
So I wanted to get that off my chest a little bit. So moving on, we're going to go ahead and go into our weekly predictions. Again, this week, I actually won the week. I went 9-6. Dom went 8-7. Brandon went 7-8. Dom improves to 129 wins and 79 losses. Brandon improves to 127 wins and 81 losses. And I improved to 117 wins and 91 losses. All right, first on the docket, Thursday night. Now, by the way, Dom's not here, so I will be reading his picks for him tonight. Starting off with...
You say you will?
Yeah, I'll be reading Dom's picks for him tonight. He's already picked them. He's got them right here for me.
Oh, okay.
Thursday night, we got the Chargers at the Raiders. I apologize. I downloaded the wrong stuff, so I don't have any of the like the odds or who's favored by how much. So that's on me. So I apologize for that.
The Raiders are favored by 3.
Okay, you got all that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Dom has the Raiders. Yeah, I mean, no Herbert.
Trying to figure who's the quarterback.
It's in Vegas.
Oh, Max Duggan.
But I would say without Herbert, I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Raiders too.
All right. Clean sweep of the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, moving on to Sunday. We have the Minnesota Vikings at the Cincinnati Bengals. Dom has the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. I'm gonna agree with them. I just don't like Minnesota right now.
And that backup Jake Browning has been balling. So yeah,
right?
He has, man. Yeah.
I wonder if he'll be available next year.
Huh?
So I wonder if he'll be available next year.
He might. Who knows?
I'll take him as a backup. Shoot.
For real.
All right, so clean sweep of the Bengals on that one?
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, we have the Chicago Bears at the Cleveland Browns. Dominic has the Browns in this one.
Man.
You know what? Oh, man. See, this one's tough. Because Cleveland's got Joe Flacco playing quarterback. He played really well last week. Cleveland's defense hasn't been as good as they've been, but they've been good.
I mean, Bears just shut down the Lions.
Yeah.
And I know that's a divisional game, so those are always going to be tougher.
I think I'm going to go in agreement with Dom on this one, but give me Cleveland in a close one, actually. Give me Cleveland 21-17.
Man, we need Cleveland to lose this game, too.
Yeah, I know.
We need the Bears to come through. Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland, too, but I'm rooting for the Bears.
Absolutely. All right. Clean sweep of the Browns.
I'll be okay with losing that one.
All right. Next up, we have the Denver Broncos at the Detroit Lions. Dom has the Denver Broncos in this one. I think I'm going to – I know I've been on the Detroit bandwagon. I picked against them last week. Denver's just been hot, so I think I'm going to pick against the Lions again this week, so give me the Broncos.
Yeah, give me the Lions. I think they're in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
They need this win, coming off of a bad loss. So yeah, give me Detroit in this one.
All right. So Brandon with the Lions, Dominic and myself with the Broncos. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. Dom has the Colts in this one.
It's a tough one.
I know in my scenario I had the Colts beating the Pittsburgh, but this is a whole other thing. This is for pick'ems. Oh man, it's in Indy, so
give me the Colts.
All right, you and Dom with the Colts. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to go with a little upset special. Why the hell not? Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. Close game. I think they close it out with a field goal at the end, 20-17. All right, moving on. We got the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers. Dominic has the Falcons in this one.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Falcons.
Yeah. Oh man, Carolina just sucks. So yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with the Falcons in this one. All right, next we have Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. Dominic has Tampa Bay in this one. I'm going to disagree. I think Green Bay has a bounce back game this week. I think they barely win this one. Give me some along the lines of, well, I don't know, 21-20.
You going Green Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Green Bay too.
All right. Next, we got Houston versus Tennessee, a little AFC South rivalry. Dominic has the Tennessee Titans in this one. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that one. I'm not going to let that trap game against Miami fool me. Tennessee is who we think they are. I think Houston has a bounce back game. I trust D'Amico Ryan to get those boys ready, especially for a division game. They still got playoff aspirations. So give me Houston in this one. Give it to me in a close one, though. 21-16.
I'll take the Titans.
Oh. Okay. So you and Dom going with Tennessee in this one. Perfect. All right. Next, we got our beloved New York Jets at those Miami Dolphins. Dominic has the Dolphins in this one. Yeah, of course you do. Believe it or not, I'm actually going to pick the Jets this week, buddy. I'm feeling cocky. I don't know why I feel cocky.
Yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins.
Woo! All right. Brandon and Dom going with the Fins in this one, and I'm going to stick with the Jets. I don't know. I got a good feeling. I think Zach shows up again this week.
I'll take it.
I mean, I got a bad feeling at the same time, but I got a good feeling. God, I hate being a Jets fan.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. All right. Again, Dominic and Brandon with Miami and myself with the Jets. Moving on, we got the New York Giants at the New Orleans Saints. Dom has the Giants in this one. Giants been playing a lot better ball as of late.
Yeah, I mean, I can see them winning this.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I'm going Saints.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm in agreement. Like I said, I know the Giants playing good ball. I don't know. I still don't trust them. So, yeah, give me the Saints as well. All right, moving on. We got the Washington Commanders at the Los Angeles Rams. Dominic has the Rams in this.
Yeah, Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams, too. Clean sweep. Next, we got Dominic's San Francisco 49ers at the Arizona Cardinals, who, by the way, if you've seen the NFC playoff graphic, still in the hunt at 3-10. Or no, what are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-10.
3-10, something like that.
That's insane, dude.
It's wild, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Yeah, Dominic obviously has San Francisco in this one. And I'm going to be in agreement. Clean sweep of the 49ers. All right, moving on. We got the Dallas Cowboys at the Buffalo Bills. Dominic has the Cowboys. I'm in agreement. Yep. All right, clean sweep. Next, we got the Eagles at the Seahawks. Dominic has Philly in this one. I'm in agreement. I think it's a bounce back game for Philly.
Yeah, I'm with the Eagles too.
All right, clean sweep. Next, we got, and this is the Sunday night game, Baltimore at Jacksonville. Dominic has Baltimore in this one.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, someone's conflicted.
A little bit. Baltimore kind of been one of those teams. They let teams hang around. Jacksonville can be scary. You let them hang around long enough. It's in Jacksonville. Oh shit! That was tough. You rattled it off pretty quickly. You're like, oh, well, Baltimore.
Yeah, the Jags, man, I don't know.
Trevor Lawrence is a little banged up. Oh man, but they're playing for division aspirations. You know what? Who's favored in this game? Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah, it's Baltimore 3.5.
Ooh, okay. Okay, if that's all right. Give me Jacksonville then. If it's only 3.5, Baltimore's on the road. Jacksonville's, I mean, they're like I said, they got division aspirations. So give me Jacksonville in this one. Give it to me 2017. All right, so moving on, the Monday night football game. The Kansas City Chiefs at the New England Patriots. Dominic has Kansas City in this one. Kansas City's now lost, what, 2 straight?
No, they've lost. Kansas City, I think they've lost 3 straight.
3? Holy crap. I know it's 3.
I think so, man. Let me see. Yeah, they lost to Buffalo. They lost to Green Bay. Oh no, 2 straight.
Okay.
But
I
they've lost 3 out of the last 4.
Oh, wow. And I said all season, I never think I would ever see Mahomes and Reed with back-to-back games. I mean, for me, this is easy. I mean, it's the Patriots. I definitely don't see Kansas City losing back-to-back games. So, yeah, give me Kansas City in this one. Dom has Kansas City as well.
The points, I don't think Kansas City's going to score a lot of points in this one because Patriots defense, I mean, they've been really good.
Yeah, I see it kind of low scoring. Something like what? 17-6?
Yeah, I could see something like that. So, yeah, my points would be like 35. Yeah, 35.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. I'll go with the score I had. I'll go 25. I'll have to get Dominic's points from him. He didn't. Wait, did he give me his points? No, I'll have to get his points from him. All right, so clean sweep of the Chiefs on that one. All right, and that brings us to the end of the script. So that's going to do it for us, ladies and gentlemen, here on the One Jets Pod. Again, we thank you for checking us out here on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to smash that bell notification so you're notified every time we drop some content. If you're listening to it on the audio side of things, thanks for listening to us all the way to the end. Make sure to follow us and leave a 5-star if you can, but you feel free to leave whatever rating you like. On behalf of Brandon, Dominic, and Eric, we thank you for checking us out here on the One Jets Pod, and we'll see you down the road. Go Jets!
Welcome to Jet Life Stadium. Hit it!